Hey Narwhals, I'm your host Luke Narwhal, and welcome back to another weight loss video. Hope you enjoy. How did you lose so much weight so quickly? Well sis, let's do the math. I lost almost 65 pounds in the last 2 years. It doesn't sound like much, but people are finally noticing. My grandpa in particular was shook when he saw me this weekend. And that's fair enough. I look totally different than I did even a month ago. I finally hit within 10 pounds of normal BMI and finally actually really like it. So let's just break it down, shall we? 65 pounds calculates to 227,500 net calories burned. This seems like a lot, right? Well, divide that by 26 months, 30 days in each month, that's 300 calories a day on average. I tell people I lost the weight by getting my mental health on right, but in reality, it was a lot of things. But one thing I can say is that I didn't use a diet plan. I rarely counted calories, and I didn't exercise. Legit, not once. I just stopped snacking. I stopped eating when I was bored by the food. If I didn't have something great planned to eat for that meal, I'd have a bagel. I started thinking of meals as 500 to 600 calories instead of 1100 to 1500, and the 500 ones as snacks. And I started using smaller plates. The point is, it only took me eating an average of 1900 calories a day for 2 years to go from obese to 10 pounds away from a perfectly average BMI. 1900 a day is not extreme, it's just skipping a snack. That's it. Every time I worry about gaining the weight back, I reflect on how much I was eating before I started this journey. Chips for breakfast, cake for lunch, big chocolate chip cookies after eating a big sandwich and chips, pimento cheese sandwiches for snacks, 3 or 4 glasses of wine with dinner. When you think about it, it is kind of amazing that the body can consume so much without gaining more than I did. I have 10 more to go, and I have to stop myself from freaking out sometimes because it's really not as hard as I made it out to be. Just stop eating crap. Maybe move a little more, but really stop eating crap. I like your strategy of thinking about meals as 500 calorie instead of 1000 to 1500. I've done something similar. I try not to eat no more than 300 calories in a sitting. This allows me to eat 4 times a day at that rate, or fast in the morning and save my calories for the afternoon and evening. My BMI is now normal and I'm 10 pounds from my goal. Congratulations. I also haven't exercised or really changed much else. I think cutting alcohol back to 1 day a week and just 2 drinks after that was the hardest change I made to see results. Alcohol is legit my biggest downfall. Not because of wine calories, but because I stopped thinking about what I'm eating after just half a drink. I'll absentmindedly eat an entire can of cashews or a whole block of cheese over the course of hours, but still. So now wine is relegated to either with dinner or after a large 1 meal a day dinner where snacking doesn't cross my mind because I'm so full. I still do have a couple of drinks a week, but if I notice I'm getting near my flag weight, I'll cut it out for a week or 2 until I'm back on track. I'm currently within 5 pounds of a healthy weight, and these last few pounds for some reason seem to be making a bigger difference than the rest. So I feel you on looking different within a month, even though you haven't lost more weight than normal. It's like people see you binarily, fat or not fat. Crossing that line from being the fat girl to just being a girl is mind-blowing to some people. I'm keeping note of the scale when this happens because when I'm done losing, I want to remember when people start thinking of me that way if I ever get sloppy about the maintenance. People should probably stop thinking of these adjustments as diets and learn to realize that they are more so lifestyle changes, for the better, of course. It's something you should commit to just doing without even thinking about it, as opposed to saying, oh, I'm on a diet. That's me now. What I eat has changed so drastically that it has become my lifestyle, and I can't just say I'm on a diet anymore, and it really has been revolutionary. I have incorporated lots of exercise though, but the mental aspect of it is very real. Original poster, great post on the slow but steady 300 calories a day on average. This reminds me of the reverse on how people really do get fat to begin with. I read in a book once, The Hungry Brain by Stephen Goynet, great book and author by the way, highly recommend, that for the majority of obese people, most got that way by merely overeating 200 to 250 calories a day or so over a long period of time. The body is great at ramping up energy expenditure and shutting off hunger if one overeats. This led me to believe that the stereotype that overweight and obese people just lack self-control and discipline is disingenuous. It is not that most people are out of control eaters, and that is how they get to where they were. It's just bad habits mainly. The old adage of changing a few habits, like going on a walk, stop at one serving of dessert, drop those extra snacks, replace caloric dense foods with a little more filling foods, swapping mayo for mustard, etc., will work over a long period of time if one just stays consistent with these habits. You're proof of this, and I congratulate you. Congratulations on your progress. Really nice reading your perspective. I still struggle with long-term vision and how much I have to lose and how much time it will take me. 300 kcal deficit isn't that much. Really made me think about how much I should cut down on calories myself. Maybe the key to long-term success is not going too low too fast. I guess I just need to fix my mental health and accept how I look even when fat, and things hopefully will get much easier. Anyway, congrats again. Congrats! I counted calories and am now 2 weeks away from reaching 6 months of weight loss. I have lost 40 pounds, which means I've been on a deficit of 800 to 850 calories per day. What I've learned is that junk food is a double killer. 1, it is calorically dense. 2, it makes you feel stronger urges to eat more and also eat dirtier. I've cut out alcohol, cereal, ice cream, chips, and soda 90% of the time, and it's really helped me achieve my results. Clean cupboards often equal clean diet. I kind of did the opposite, but it ended up leading to the same thing. I lost 70 pounds in a year. I'm not a snacky person. In fact, I have a tendency to forget to eat. Unfortunately, that meant that when I did eat, I ate way more than I needed. So I started by cutting calories down, but I also started eating more frequently. A bag of Quest chips after my midday workout or in between classes meant that I wasn't going to inhale the entire kitchen once lunchtime came. Side note, eating before going to the grocery store also cut down on the amount of calorically dense and sugary foods I bought. I try to make snacks balanced too. If I wanted a piece of fruit, I'd also have a piece of cheese or nuts with it, since fruit tends to be in and out of my system in less than an hour, but adding the protein and fat kept me from being hungry too soon. Eating more frequently has the effect of lowering my calories because my meals become smaller and I was binging less. I'm also insulin resistant, so eating more frequently helped my blood sugar stabilize, which probably helped my weight loss. Thank you for posting this. I'm a calorie counter, but I love a small deficit. Being hungry and miserable is not a badge of honor, and there's no need for most of us to rush. It's so important to let your body adjust as you change your habits, and I can't for the life of me understand why so many people seem to be also all or nothing about weight loss. Like as if it's not worth it to lose weight unless you're doing it really fast, even if that means that you don't have to be miserable doing it. The more posts I see like this, the more hope I have that sensible, sustainable weight loss will become normalized. Congratulations, and keep up the awesome work. All of my weight gain is from snacking, and it always has been. I don't have a big appetite. I usually don't eat more than 2 meals a day, but every time my weight creeps back up, it's because I'm adding a whole family-sized chocolate bar and a packet of Pringles to my daily calorie intake. I've lost 25 pounds in the past, but I gained it back, and for the past year I keep losing and gaining the same 10 pounds purely because of snacking. It's so frustrating having so little self-control when I know how good eating right makes me feel. This is very encouraging. So many of us get the ideas in our head that weight loss is a race and we have to lose it quickly or else we have failed. But in 2 years, we can either have slowly lost without torturing ourselves, or we can be in the same place having yo-yoed and struggled for 2 years. I mean, there are other options than that, but from my experience, I'm most likely to go hard and then fail and then gain and repeat the cycle. I like that you reframed your thinking around a meal being 1100 calories to 500 calories. It doesn't sound like a lot, but when you actually are eating healthy foods, 500 calories can go a long way. Congratulations on your success. And that brings us to the end of the video, Narwhals. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please tap subscribe to join our awesome community, the Narwhals, and for more weight loss stories that help you stay on track. And here's our featured Narwhal of the day. Went from 300 pounds to 150 in a little over a year doing calories in, calories out. It was hard changing my relationship with food, and I still work hard, but it is so worth all the hard work. I'm so happy and thankful that I get to enjoy life in a healthy body with better mental and physical health.